Each and every Monday is $9 Monday at both WagerTalk.com and SportsMemo.com, when all daily picks packages are priced at only $9, including 5% best bets, normally priced at $35. As an added bonus, any picks packages loaded early for Overnight Tuesday or action during the week will also be priced at $9 until midnight on Monday. So make sure to take advantage of getting these $25 and $35 picks for only $9 before the clock strikes 12 and they return to regular price.
Hey guys, welcome in and a very happy new year to you. January the 2nd, 2023, and the NBA Tip-Off Show. The very first show of the new year, ready to roll on what is a loaded card in the association tonight. We're going to do our best here to break down a few of these games, see if we can find a couple of edges for you, and we're going to start the year, of course, with three of the best over at WagerTalk.com as the prop god Andy Lang back in the house here. So is Mr. Teddy Covers ready to roll here in 2023. And, of course, 2 R's, 1 L. That's Merrill. Steve Merrill hanging out here ready to go. Gentlemen, Happy New Year to you all on a $9 Monday, Andy, I would imagine. Taking advantage of that $9 Monday for your clients right now. What's up and ready to roll at WagerTalk?
Well, we're having a really, really great week. Starting to heat up in the NBA, 8-3 over the last few days. A couple sweeps last night. We're just 1-1. Football went really good. We went 5-1 Thursday and Sunday, and we have a same game parlay. It is up a 4% same game parlay. First one we've ever released just on its own. We hit one on Bet On It. We hit one yesterday for clients. So really, really excited about that. You can grab that at WagerTalk.com. I do have to, just full disclosure, sitting here saying, I'm running good in NBA. The flip side of the coin was our one loss in the NFL was Justin Jefferson over his receiving total. So if you're going to lose one, you might as well lose one in absolutely horrific fashion. But other than that, really, really good, profitable. Soccer's running good. We are 6-1 in darts to start the year, which all profits count towards the bankroll. So looking forward to a really good $9 Monday.
All right, good stuff there. A lot to look forward to. Teddy, 2023. My man, WagerTalk and/or SportsMemo.com. Do you have anything $9 Monday related available for the clients?
We do. We had a great day yesterday. Did not have as much fun with Illinois plus the points in bowl action early start today. We're still reeling from that one a little bit as we speak. Although I don't know if I'd always rather have Justin Jefferson over and just be wrong than have the lose on the last play of the game like that. Nonetheless, we're in action with the Knicks right now. That's looking pretty good. Third quarter. I have one play up in college hoops this evening, and I do have a 5% big ticket for the national championship game next Monday night. I have a strong opinion. I bet it myself. If you want to get it now, again, only $9. Nope. That or the college hoops.
No better time. College hoops, NBA, the hardwood in full effect here, guys. And Steve Merrill, I know, is it college hoops tonight, NBA? What are you looking at here?
A little bit of everything. In fact, college hoops is the only sport I'm not using tonight, Joe, and haven't seen you guys since last year, so Happy New Year to everybody.
Oh, yes, yes.
It might only be the second day of January, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say this is the greatest $9 Monday in the history of WagerTalk.com, and I think it has to be. I mean, look at how many sports are on the board. I had 6 best bets for my clients this Monday. A couple daytime bowl games. One of them's already won easy with the over in the LSU game. They got there on their own. But I've got 4 more plays going, including the Rose Bowl. Those live viewers right now, go get the $9 Monday best bet for the Rose Bowl between Penn State and Utah. If you're joining us on the replay, not too late to get 3 strong plays tonight. Monday Night Football, Bills-Bengals, one of the biggest NFL games of the season, and also 2 strong NBA best bets. I do love the NBA card tonight as well. Everything for $9 because it's $9 Monday. And don't forget, by the way, if you want that Rose Bowl, you can still get it for free when you buy the rest of the NFL. No promo code needed. That offer expires tonight. Steve Merrill, WagerTalk.com.
All right, guys. No reason not to start the year off on a profitable note. We'll see if we can find something here with the contrarian gods who have a game lined up for us here tonight, and they're going to look at the Atlanta Hawks taking on the Golden State Warriors. Golden State now, 4-0 straight up and against the number in this homestand. Hell of a comeback the other night against the Portland Trailblazers. I believe that was on Friday or Saturday, but it was tremendous. And now we got a whole lot of guys out. Stop me if you've heard this before. And meanwhile, Atlanta can't figure out if their coach is going to step down. Total hot mess there themselves. But everybody seems to think Golden State's the side, except for the contrarian gods here, Andy Lang. So what say you about the Hawks versus the Warriors tonight?
Well, I always take the contrarian gods. This one is tough. This one is a really, I mean, this line just stinks. Why is Golden State not more favored? The Hawks just are a complete mess. Golden State is rolling. I read a fascinating article. I cannot remember the name of the author. Forgive me, but they were making the case that Steph Curry being out, this could be a really, really good thing for Golden State. Golden State's starting to get these role players valuable minutes. They're learning how to win without Steph, and it's pretty hard to argue what they've done at home. I will go over the stat again, Joe, because this just keeps cashing over and over again. The Golden State Warriors opponents at home are now 68-4 to the under if their team total is 118.5 or higher. Guess what the Atlanta Hawks team total is tonight? 118.5. So there is no reason for me to go over any player props. There is no reason for me to go over anything. Shout out to Joe Yurkovich, my buddy on Twitter, who found this stat. He found this stat way earlier this season. It just keeps cashing. It keeps cashing. The Warriors' opponents at home have scored 112 or fewer in 8 straight games. The only worry that you have is the first half, the opposing teams have done really well, but then the fourth quarter, this team just locks them down. What they did against Portland and what DiVincenzo did against Damian Lillard was nothing short of impressive. As you say, Joe, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just Warriors at home, opponents team total under. Going to take it again tonight.
Andy, amen to that. Words to live by. I got to get that on a shirt, Teddy, sometime here. Talk to us, Teddy. It's an interesting matchup here tonight. I mean, Golden State, they are a little short tonight. No Wiggins, looks like Wiseman, Kuminga, JaMychal Green. So they are a little thin on the depth. Is that enough for you to side with the contrarian gods here, though?
So my powering for the game is the Warriors -3.
Oh,
which tells us a couple of things. One, that this market number is not that far off from my number. Two, is that Golden State in the betting markets, even at home, where they've done so well, they're not being viewed as one of the elites right now. They're being viewed as an okay team right there in Atlanta's territory. All right, so we're not seeing the betting market love for the Warriors, and we're not seeing the dichotomy for the Warriors, because obviously Golden State, as much as any team in the NBA this year, you bet on them at home, you bet against them on the road. All you do is make money in either of those two. And I think 13-4 against the spread on this floor this season. They've been exceptional on this floor. But the markets are going to view Golden State's entire performance, not home road. They're going to view the injuries. And obviously, when you're rinsing Curry and Wiggins, it's a concern, especially going against two, really good guards. DeJounte Murray's been kind of a Warriors killer. And Trae Young may well have success here as well. So from a backcourt standpoint, the matchups do work in Atlanta's favor. All that being said, I ain't betting against the Warriors at home, and I don't think Atlanta's very good. And all this late McMillan staying or going, all the are the Hawks going to blow it up? Or are they going to keep rolling? Look, this team is 5-21 against the spread. Their last 26 road games versus opponents with a winning percentage of better than 600 at home. They're just not beating good teams on the road. Contrarian, no contrarian. I still want the favorite in this one.
Still looking for the Warriors at home. I think DeAndre Hunter still listed as questionable here. Not going to have Clint Capella for the Hawks, but probably won't make a difference. Or will it, Steve Merrill? Who are you leaning towards in this one?
Well, the total's gone up from 235 up to 237. So even if their teams are shorthanded, normally you see money coming in the under in that situation. I think it's because Atlanta's defense has been so awful this season. That's the big difference in this game. If you just look at the matchup, is Atlanta's given up over 50% shooting in 4 of their last 5 games. They've lost all 4 of those, by the way. Golden State, meanwhile, has given up 41% shooting or better or less in 3 of their last 4 home games during this 4-game win streak. And talk about the home road dichotomies. Right now, Golden State is on a record pace to have the most extreme home road dichotomy in the history of the NBA. It's not even close. This team is 16-2 straight up at home. That's nice, but they're an unbelievably bad 3-16 on the road. I mean, this is just insane. And like Teddy said, I don't think it always gets accurately priced in. I do think some of that is random variance, but what's not random is how much better defensively Golden State has been at home this year. At home, they're giving up about 43.5% shooting. On the road, they're giving up almost 50% shooting. I don't know what to make of that. It's really strange. They're obviously in good current form, 4 straight home games. After losing the final 2 of that extended road trip, they've come home. They've won 4 in a row straight up in ATS. They have been an underdog in 3 of those 4, including back-to-back dog wins over the Jazz and Blazers. But they only have the Pistons on deck, so I don't think they necessarily overlook or become flat in this game. And this is one of those hold-your-nose type games. Like Andy said, it's very hard to make a case for Atlanta. Normally, I like those situations. As you know, I'd love to fade the public. But I'm not sure it's the situation to do it here. It'd probably be Golden State or pass for me, even though it does seem like a little bit of a, and I hate the term, trap game tonight.
Oh, yes. Trap game. You said it, not me, Merrill, there. But the contrarian gods are saying, give me Atlanta and the 1.5 against the unbeatable at home Golden State Warriors. And hell, if you think that game stunk, wait until you see the line in this one, as our featured matchup is the Denver Nuggets taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves. 2.5 now. That starts to creep up here a little bit for Denver. Total 233.5, as we're getting word that Jamal Murray's a go, Aaron Gordon's a go, Bruce Brown is a go there for the Denver Nuggets, who are coming off a pretty nice win there over Boston. They didn't have Jamal Murray last night. They'll have him here tonight. And for the Timberwolves, what's the term? Oh, hot ass, I think is how you describe the Minnesota Timberwolves right now, Andy Lang. So tell me, how do you approach this game prop betting wise? Who are you looking at?
Well, it's you're definitely right about Minnesota. Yikes! I mean, the Rudy Gobert trade just keeps looking worse and worse and worse with each and every loss. So Denver's got a pretty tough scheduling situation. They're at home for Boston, then they have to fly to Minnesota for a back-to-back. So I'm not sure. I don't think injury report people have been listed out yet, but we've cashed on Anthony Edwards, who has just been fantastic from a props betting standpoint. He had an unbelievably great matchup against the Pistons he took advantage of. And now he gets another good matchup. The perimeter of Denver is not very good. Their team defense has improved over the course of the season. Anthony Edwards has led the Wolves in scoring 8 straight games. He's gone over this 25.5 point total in 7 of those games. The Denver actually ranks 8th best in defensive efficiency as a team the last 10 games, but guards just really do well against them. Jaylen Brown had 30 points. Tyler Hero had a big game against them. De'Aaron Fox had 2 games in a row back-to-back against them. I was debating whether or not to go with D'Angelo Russell or Anthony Edwards, because you want to play these perimeter guys going up against Denver, but I think the explosiveness of Edwards is going to be the difference as far as me taking him over D'Angelo Russell. So you want to take these guards against Denver and against Detroit. I'll take Edwards in a tough scheduling matchup for the Nuggets to go over 25.5 points.
All right, up and over the 25.5. And Teddy, we usually get that market tax with these teams on the second of a back-to-back. There were some question marks about Denver. Would Murray play? But it looks like him, Gordon, and Bruce Brown are going. So what gives here? The number feels short. Is it short in your numbers?
Well, I have Denver as a one-way team right now. If I'm not betting on the Nuggets, I'm not betting the game. All right. I'm looking at Denver as a legitimate elite team. Now that they're healthy, they are, I think, the best team in the West, or one of the 2 or 3 best teams in the West. They're certainly not a team that I have any interest in stepping in front of right now. When you look at their offensive efficiency against Boston and Miami, the last 2 games, 2 good defensive teams. Sacramento's a pretty good defensive team. Their offensive efficiency in that game, they scored 126 in the one, 124 and 123, and shot better than 50% from the floor in all 3 of those contests. Their ball movement's great right now. Denver's a one-way team. That said, they are on the second of back-to-backs, and this is the buy spot for Minnesota. All right. They had the miserable road trip. They come home and just lay an egg against the Pistons. And now they've had the players-only team meeting where they're all, pointing the fingers and working it out, and they're supposed to come out their next game and play well. And this is that next game, and they're the rested team. So for me, it's a clear pass. I'm not stepping in front of Denver. The spot screams Minnesota. I'll leave it alone. There's plenty of other opportunities on today's card.
Certainly have been playing well now that they're healthy. Also, it's kind of been a one-way situation anytime Jokic has gone up against Rudy Gobert. At least it has been in the past there, Merrill. I mean, Jokic has just owned his ass. There is no way around it. I think you're averaging about 31 points a game, 12 boards. I mean, it's been all Jokic in Denver in those matchups here. Second of a back-to-back, though. Are you leaning one way or the other in this game?
Yeah, I think the scheduling spot is interesting because it's only the 3rd different city that Denver has been in since early December. They played a game against the Lakers, had 4 straight home games, and then they had the back-to-back at Sacramento, and then they had a couple more home games. And now, like you said, no rest after playing a big game against Boston, a big home dog win yesterday against maybe the defending Eastern Conference champs, one of the best teams in the league, obviously. Now they travel without rest, and then they return right home to play 4 more home games, 1 game against the Clippers, and then like 3 more home games. I don't know when this team's ever going to be on the road again. It's a really strange situation. They are 10-9 away this season, but they haven't been traveling much. No rest spot. Like Teddy said, Denver's an elite team right now, but it doesn't look like a great setup, even though you would think this would be a focused spot, a conference opponent against after a non-conference win. But I think that Boston game was bigger. And then on top of that, Minnesota, at some point, we're going to get some value with them. Obviously, right now, they're what we call a falling knife. I don't like to try to catch falling knives. 6 straight losses, 1-5 ATS, as they remain vastly overpriced this season. They're expected to do a lot better than the 16-21 record, and that's evident by the fact they're just 14-23 ATS. So I wish Minnesota was in better current form, but I don't think this looks like the best spot in the word for Denver. So I'll take a flyer with the home dog here, plus 2.5 Minnesota, but not a game I'll be using tonight.
All right, there you go, guys. Should be an interesting one here tonight. There, Minnesota taking on Denver, and now we'll focus on a total in a matchup that, hell, it hasn't even started. They got 100 points. We're going to take a look at San Antonio taking on the Brooklyn Nets here. Opened up 234. I've seen it as high as 237 in spots. Currently, looks like that was the line drawn in the sand, 236.5. So no doubt we're going to get points in this one, Andy. But is there anybody in particular that you are focusing on in this matchup here tonight between the Nets and the Spurs? Oh, Andy's got is this the read lips section, Andy? Maybe it's the.
Am I there?
Okay, there you go. There we go.
There you go.
Sorry, I was told to mute the microphone when I was coughing and clearing my throat, but I didn't even cough or clear my throat. So I have no idea why I muted.
Dare you?
No, I'm going to stay away from Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant. I find those two pretty difficult to pick which one's going to go over and which one's going to go under. So I'm going to go to the Spurs and go a little bit off the radar. Let's look at Jeremy Sochan over 10.5 points. He's gone over this total in 6 out of 7 games. The game he went under was a terrible game. He only had 6 points, did not attempt a free throw. But the last 3 games, he's attempted 4 free throws, and 2 free throws. He scored 16, 12, and 20 the last 3 games, and he's getting plenty of opportunity. He's playing 30 minutes a game. I'm going to get to this game in That's My Dog, but I kind of like the Spurs to keep this one close. I do expect a lot of points in this one, so I like getting this low total on a guy that starts for the Spurs. He gets plenty of shots to get up and over this total, and I like the low total. So give me Jeremy Sochan as a under the radar guy that's going to go over his points tonight.
All right, like it there. Teddy, the market's been pushing this one up, but hey, during this win streak for Brooklyn, a lot of it has to do is because they've been playing better defenses too as well. So it's not, is it just as simple as an over or not, or do you think there's any value on the under?
Oh, I can only play under in this game. I wouldn't think about an over. And look, San Antonio has been an over machine. What do they cash? 7 straight overs, 9 from the last 10. And many of those games flying over the total. If you look at their last 6 over cashes, only 1 has come by less than 13 points. So I feel like the Spurs are all they're doing is playing overs right now. That said, all right, when you look at this series history, all right, we're not seeing that same bent of overs. And the games that have gone over, they're going over 219.5. You know, we had 2 games between these two go over in overtime, thanks to OT. This game feels like about a 220 to me, maybe a 225. It does. Brooklyn defensively, all right. This winning streak is all about Brooklyn's defense. Make no mistake about it. They're top quartile of the NBA in defensive efficiency right now. They're right there with Milwaukee and the Clippers and New Orleans and Philly and Memphis and Cleveland. That's where Brooklyn is defensively. The markets aren't there yet with the Nets on the defensive side of the court. So, yeah, I would look under here. I'm not playing it. Don't get me wrong. This is not a bet. But if I had to play the total, I would go and play it.
All right, seeing some maybe a little value on the under here. Merrill, are you in agreement with the market, or is it strictly maybe an under spot for you to bet as well?
No, I'd only be looking for the over. I mean, obviously, there's not a lot of value probably anymore, but now 7 straight overs for San Antonio. And you're talking about trying not to catch a falling knife. Gabe Morency and I came up with the opposite phrase, dodge a speeding bullet. The Spurs and points, like you said, game starts with 100 on the scoreboard, and they just move on from there. And we've seen some sharp money on the over as well in this game. It opened around 234. It's up to 236.5 in most spots, but some of the leading indicating books offshore are now 237. So I do not want to get in front of an over in this game. And I think more likely than not, the Spurs get their 8th straight over. You know, Brooklyn is playing good defense, as Teddy said. But, you know, this is a sandwiched home game between 6 road games. 3 on the road. They're home. They're back for another 3, including at Chicago in a couple nights. So I think this could be a flat spot for Brooklyn. And I think that's actually more likely to show on the defensive side, because even if Brooklyn is flat, they can't help but score. This team has shot 50% or better in 10 of their last 11 games. And I think about 50% or better in something like 14 of the last 17. One of the best shooting teams in recent NBA history. So this game is over or pass for me.
All right, a little over and pass in that one here tonight. But the heck, a lot of interesting dogs on the card here tonight. Let's check and see if any of them are barking, Robert.
That's my dog. That's my dog. That's my dog. That's my dog. And anybody got to say anything, you let me know. That's my dog.
All right, let's see. A whole bunch on the card here tonight. Lakers, Toronto, the Pelicans, Bulls on that list. Houston, shocker, Robert. Detroit, and, of course, the Miami Heat out west also a dog against the Clippers here tonight. So, Andy, kick us off here. Is there a dog on this card that might be barking for you tonight?
Yeah, it's the aforementioned San Antonio Spurs getting 12 points. Steve brought it up. The schedule, man, this is a classic sandwich letdown spot for them. They played at Cleveland, at Atlanta, and at Charlotte on New Year's Eve. There are plenty of places to enjoy yourself on New Year's Eve in Charlotte. There's a couple places James Harden can enjoy himself in Charlotte. I've been told, I've heard. But so they have this very strange. You got that, Joe. They have this very strange home game, and then they've got 4 real tough games in a row: at Chicago, at New Orleans, at Miami, and then home to Boston. If ever there was a look ahead game, this is it. I wouldn't be surprised if they came out flat, maybe just a little bit a little bit of a hangover off of this huge winning streak that they have. I would expect them to eventually get the win, but I don't see a blowout here. San Antonio's played the Mavericks to 1-point game. They beat the Knicks. So that's been the last two games. They're playing decent. They're obviously, tanking for Wembanyama. So don't be surprised if they lose, but if they keep it relatively close. And 12 points is way too many in this scheduling spot for Brooklyn.
All right, we got to vote for San Antonio here. Teddy, give me a dog here on this card tonight that might bark.
Well, when you're looking at this card, at least when I'm looking at this card, there's one team that kind of jumps at me as being maybe a false favorite. What is Charlotte doing laying points to anybody? Okay.
So true.
I mean, Charlotte is not a good. And when we talk about home courts that don't matter, Charlotte's home court, I got it ranked as the weakest in the NBA. I think they have 5 home wins all season. All right. They've got coming off another blowout home loss to the aforementioned Brooklyn Nets. They did beat OKC last week on this court. They'll get one every couple of weeks at home. Yeah, that's good. Again, 5 for this season. They've been playing since October. Lakers aren't a good team, but they're not going quietly. LA is going to be around. They've won 2 of their last 3 on this road trip. This game here is the winning road trip versus a losing road trip. It's the finale. From all quotes and indications, they're taking it seriously. And Charlotte can't be chalk. Give me the Lake Show plus the 2.
Lake Show plus the 2. Who is Charlotte to be laying points with anybody there? Merrill, how about it? Is there a dog here that you are leaning towards?
Yeah, first of all, I definitely agree with Andy Lang on the Spurs plus 12. I think that makes a lot of sense, as I mentioned earlier, and Andy mentioned, does not look like a good spot for Brooklyn. And they could win the game and still not win by 12. And I think another home favorite, a Class A home favorite that could be in a little bit of a flat spot tonight is actually Philadelphia, the 76ers. They had the back-to-back road losses against Washington and New Orleans, and then they finished with a nice win against OKC Thunder. Now, you would think this is a quick revenge spot in just 2 games against New Orleans, and that's actually what kept me off this game tonight. And the other thing that kept me off it, too, is the fact that New Orleans has been weaker on the road. Philly's been pretty strong at home, but Embiid's listed as questionable. I'm just not sure they're going to be 100% into this game. And they've also got, Indiana, Chicago, Detroit twice. They've got some in-conference games coming up as well. So I think this is a sneaky flat spot. A lot of people are going to look at the quick revenge motive, but I'm not sure that works here. And I like the Pelicans moving forward. This is a team that's playing pretty good basketball. They missed out there with the loss against Memphis, but they'd had 5 straight wins before that. Zion's now back for the 4th straight game. He's coming off a subpar performance in that loss, by the way, and that's another reason I like a bounce back. He had 79 in his first 2 games back, only had 20 in that loss. I look for Zion and the Pelicans to have a good game tonight.
All right, going with the Pelicans for a dog here, and plenty of games to choose from, guys. So now let's figure out what the best bets are. All right, you guys know how it works. 60 seconds on the clock. You can do whatever the hell you want with it. Just remind everyone, $9 Monday. Best bets are available and locked and loaded for just $9 at WagerTalk.com. You can also catch Teddy over at SportsMemo.com. So in 60 seconds, Andy, remind everyone what you got going tonight and tell us exactly what that best bet is here. And we're reading lips again. Okay.
I'm here. We got the NBA pack that is up at WagerTalk.com. We got a 4% NFL same game parlay that I love. Couldn't settle on just one prop in the NFL game tonight. So we got a really slick same game parlay. Best bet. Of course, we haven't talked about the Pacers yet. So I got to go to my guy, my buddy Hield, over 16.5 points. He's gone over in 4 out of 5 games. The game he went under, he only played 23 minutes. It was a complete blowout. He's been shooting 3-pointers really, really well. He's at 51.5% through the month of December. And this Raptors team, the defense just seems to be getting worse and worse. They're 25th in defensive efficiency the last 10 games. These 2 teams played earlier this season. Buddy Hield had 22 points in that game. I just really like what Halliburton and Hield are doing together. As long as these 2 guys are playing really well together, I'm going to keep playing Hield over his points.
All right, there you go. Keep it simple. That's what I love. Ain't broke, don't fix it. Come on, Teddy. Talk to us here. $9 Monday. Remind the folks what you got going on and give us a best bet.
And this is a classic. If it ain't broke, don't fix it type of best bet on Monday. Of course, I've got a pair of plays up. I'm involved with the Knicks right now as they're in action against Phoenix. Nothing for tonight in the NBA, but I do have one in college hoops for tonight. And we do have a 5% big ticket selection now, 50 and 25 with those big ticket reports dating, more than 18 months now, and I think 19 in the last 20 months. So don't put out a lot of them. You can get that for the national championship game right now, only $9 at WagerTalk or Sports Memo. I don't trust Atlanta. I don't think Atlanta is very good. I think the betting marketplace has vastly overvalued this team. I don't think that the betting markets have sufficiently subtracted power rating. Essentially adjusted the powering number down for Atlanta enough, given their consistent struggles this season. They're not going to have Capella tonight. I don't think they have DeAndre Hunter and Golden State at home. It's easy. Don't overthink it. Warriors. That's the best.
Boom. All right, there we go. Golden State. Talk to us here, Merrill. Where are you going for a best bet here tonight?
Going to look at a free NBA play for Monday night, January the 2nd. And, it's $9 Monday every Monday at WagerTalk.com. But this is the greatest $9 Monday in the history of the website because everything is going on. College football, pro football, college basketball, NBA. And I've got you covered tonight. One of the biggest NFL games of the season, Bills, Bengals. I do have a strong best bet for $9 Monday. Also, 2 strong NBA side best bets as well. So 3 strong plays for $9 Monday still available Monday night. Steve Merrill, WagerTalk.com. Let's look at a free play and a total in the NBA game that was just a bit outside from making the cut, and that's over the total between the Raptors and Pacers at 7 Eastern tonight on Monday. Opened to 227.5. It's up to 233, and I still don't think it's high enough. A lot of sharp money on the over. I agree with that move. Indiana is red hot offensively. Last 3 games have gone over. They put up 243 combined or more in all 3 games, and they're taking on now one of the worst defensive teams in the league. The Toronto Raptors have given up 47% shooting or worse in 10 of their last 11 games. Over Raptors and Pacers Monday night.
All right. There we go, guys. Quite the selection of games here tonight. And to recap them one more time, Andy Lang, that dog is going to be San Antonio for him. He'll take the dozen. His best bet, they're going to be Buddy Hield over those 16.5 points, while Teddy likes the Lakers getting 2 for his dog. I mean, who are the Charlotte Hornets to be laying against anybody? And the Golden State Warriors at home likes him with that short number for a best bet, while Merrill, he's going to go with New Orleans on the road against the Sixers. His best bet is going to be Toronto and Indiana up and over the total of 233. The contrarian gods are saying Atlanta might be worth a look, but of course, so much action across the board here tonight. Not only in the association, but like Steve said, across the board in the sports betting landscape. If you head over to WagerTalk.com for $9, visit Andy Lang's page, visit Steve Merrill's page, visit Teddy Cover's page. You can also visit Teddy over at SportsMemo.com. A little something for everyone tonight. But $9 best bets. Hop over there, guys. Partner up with these gentlemen here to start 2023 on a positive note. A quick scheduling change that's coming across. Looks like the Monday Night Football game is going to be pushed back at least 15 minutes or so due to the fact that, the Rose Bowl getting ready to kick off in just a couple. So ESPN will be covering them both. However, if the Rose Bowl is still going on, they're going to put it on ABC, so you won't miss any of the Bills and Cincinnati here, guys. Just a note, you didn't miss anything if you turn it on at 8 o'clock and you're going, where the hell's the game? But we'll be back tomorrow, guys, here as 2023 is off and running. We'll be back, another slate of games in the association. Hopefully you'll come back and join us then. But, of course, on behalf of Andy, Steve, and Teddy, we appreciate the time, guys. Best of luck with all your plays here tonight. Let's make it a profitable 2023, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Good luck.
Each and every Monday is $9 Monday at both WagerTalk.com and SportsMemo.com, when all daily picks packages are priced at only $9, including 5% best bets, normally priced at $35. As an added bonus, any picks packages loaded early for Overnight Tuesday or action during the week will also be priced at $9 until midnight on Monday. So make sure to take advantage of getting these $25 and $35 picks for only $9 before the clock strikes 12 and they return to regular price.